All right. Hey, welcome everyone to DW Nation Morning Coffee Break. Hey, we've got my wife is here. Good morning, Lori. And we are going to be talking about a few things. Actually, what I want to talk to you about is for those of you that are here or jump on here shortly, share your thoughts, share a little bit of what's going on would be great. Let us know about a few of those things. That would be awesome. And let me just kind of expand my world here while I'm thinking about it. There we go. And move things out. There. Okay. Hey, anyways, as I was saying here, we are spending our time talking today about what all's going on in the world. Okay. There's some crazy stuff going on in the world today. And a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are, questioning, is this real? What's going on? Are they blowing this out of proportion? Whatnot. I wanted to share one thing. Craig Dunham, who was on the call yesterday, he's a first responder, EMT. He's a water safety advocate. He is right there. He's been on the front lines of the healthcare and the healthcare community with first responders, EMTs for a long time. He shared with me yesterday after our meeting, and I wanted to put this out. He asked me to mention this. So I'm going to put this out here today, and we'll probably do this as an ongoing effort on our part to continue, putting some, trying to put out value and put out information. So what he had said to me is this. Okay, how many of you are using the hand sanitizer? Yesterday when I said, oh gosh, I touched my face, where's my hand sanitizer? That's, all well and good, but here's the thing about hand sanitizer, as he was informing me, and something that they've worked, in their training and talks and things that they've done for years is, and most healthcare professionals probably realize this, that hand sanitizer, each and every time you use the hand sanitizer, it really becomes less effective on the bacteria and the germs and stuff. That's what he's indicated to me. So it's best if you alternate your hand sanitizer, using the hand sanitizer with, say, hand washing, and focus on, that 20 seconds of hand washing. That's important, 20 seconds or longer, but it's the scrubbing effect. So you've got to make sure you scrub, things like that. Good morning, Mark. Glad to have you here this morning. We're actually talking about hand sanitizer today. Yesterday, I was just saying here, just to catch you up here real quick, and anybody that jumps on here, is the hand sanitizer thing is, something that each time you use it, it becomes a little less effective. So use it, then the next time wash your hands, then use your hand sanitizer, things like that. That's just good daily practice. But anyways, now we've got the housekeeping out of the way, a good little tidbit there that, we can apply. I've been talking to a lot of water safety people. Last week, we were talking with some swim schools and instructors and people like that are in business. And I was sharing a little bit about this yesterday, and that is, many of them are not able to conduct classes, are not able to conduct business as normal. So they're concerned if this was to last 20 or 30, 60 days or longer, which, there's a chance it could. I'm hoping it doesn't, but there's a chance it could. They're extremely concerned about what's going to happen, down the road, because many of them do not have the financial means in order to weather the storm. This is our coffee break, so I got my coffee. What about you guys? Anyways, so they don't have the means to weather the storm. I've been in business for over 30 plus years, and that was probably the biggest problem that I've ever had in any downturn or slowdown in the economy is, how do I make payroll? How do I function? How do I, my business I had previous was a seasonal business. During this time of year through the fall, man, I tell you what, we made money hand over fist. Then going through late fall into the winter, we starved. I mean, we went to the banks, we had to borrow money, we had lines of credit, we had everything that we had to do in order to function. And that, that's just business in itself. But what do we do when we have a total chaos out here that has just turned our world upside down? I was on a site today this morning when I was having some coffee with my wife and I were looking at, and there's some aquatics directors and aquatics people that are posting out there, and any feedback that you all may have would be great, because we're all in this together one way or the other. And here's the thing that they're saying is, what are they doing about staff? What are they doing about payroll? What are they doing about all these things? And how do we keep our pools clean, so we don't have algae pools when we come back here in the next, 30 to 60 days, all these things. And so they have, they're paying their essential personnel, I guess, to upkeep the pools. And in some cases, there's even some that have even drained the pools, I guess, is what they're saying. But people down south, things like that, they can't do that. That's what they're saying, is because because it's a warmer climate down there, it's getting warmer, that opens up a whole host of different problems. I'm not a pool guy. I don't, other than your pH balances and all those things, that's about the only thing I know from when I had my own pool. But this is a really host of another problem. And this got me thinking, okay, somebody was talking about, hey, lifeguards, a lot of them are part-time, they have full-time jobs, all my other staff. Here's a problem I don't think anybody's thinking about, okay? And that problem, I think, is if we have our staff and our people, they're not able to come to work, okay? Because we're either shut down, our pool, our facility, our training, our classes, whatever is shut down, and we are not working. When this is all over, how many of them are going to come back to work? How many of them are going to show up? When you put the call out and say, hey, we're opening up on Monday at 6 a.m., or we're going to start conducting classes again next week, and we're opening our doors up and to the public again, how many of our staff are going to come back so we would be able to operate at full capacity again? I'm hoping that they, I would think they would come. But many people, I know for myself, when in my business, because it was a seasonal business, 6-7 months we were fat, we had extra employees, we were hiring, and then when it came winter months, starvation mode, I usually borrowed a line of credit to pay my one main manager or two main people. Everybody else I laid off. When it came time to the season to pick back up, we called them back. Most, if not any, came back. So then we were stuck having to hire new people and train new people every season. This is really no different. I mean, here you are in a situation where you've got people that were probably depending on the springtime and the months and payroll. Now, if they don't have their jobs, they're going to go out and probably find work elsewhere, maybe if they can. But if that be the case, how many of them will come back? Okay, just food for thought. Now, we have organizations, we have nonprofits. How is that going to affect our nonprofits? Yeah, hang on a second, Mark. Let me read this here. How many of our clients, guests, customers are going to come back? Ramping up, will take time, not zero to full-time operation in a blink. Exactly. That's a good point too, Mark. Number one, will our staff and employees come back? But how many of the people that, we are really kind of hoping that they come back, because, their cash flow into our businesses and their cash flow into our organizations are extremely important. This is a time where, I was covering last week, and I talked a little bit yesterday. The fallout of this is going to be huge. It's going to be catastrophic. The situation that's going on right now is bad. But the fallout, this is like a nuclear bomb going off. The mushroom cloud just went up into the air. This is the devastation. This is what we see taking place right now in front of our faces in our lives. The fallout is what is yet to come. That's like, for an example, will your clients, guests, and customers come back? I mean, will they? We have to, this is a great opportunity, I think, to begin to rethink how we want to conduct our business going forward. That's one of the things with this coffee break. We've been running this coffee break since mid-December over in our private group, and this is why I decided to take it out of the private group, off the Facebook Live platform, and bring it here, and then open it up to everybody, and then turn around and then post these up on our YouTube channel and make these videos shareable too for those. Now, just so you know, we do have some guests coming on tomorrow. We have Mark Karen and Dave Cutler from the Wave System. They're going to be here. Thursday, we have Dana Folan. She is with Swim for CJ, Swim for CJ. And just so you know, I'm not going to give this away. You know, about a week or so, actually behind my green screen here, we are building a bulletin board. The bulletin board is going to house stories. You know, my podcast is all about, you know, sharing stories of what I refer to as the unthinkable. The unthinkable in this case, in my life, is a drowning of my daughter. Right now, everything that is going on in everybody's life is an unthinkable. Nobody ever thought anything like this would ever happen to them. So when the unthinkable happens to your organization, to your business, how do you react to it? How are you going to solve the problem? The solution, I think, is very, very simple. The solution is to go small. Think about one thing that you can do and do differently today that will move your mission and move your project forward, okay? It's time for different thinking. It's time to think outside the box. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about, behind me, there will be a bulletin board. It's actually behind my green screen here. I was going to wear a green shirt today. Actually, it's a green Drowning Warrior shirt. It has my Drowning Warrior superhero logo on it. But then because it's a green screen, I would look like a floating head. I don't know. Might freak some people out. But hey, anyways, there's going to be a bulletin board. We put a call out about a couple weeks ago. And this call out was, we want to make this real and not a virtual, not in a virtual way, but we put a call out for people that have pictures, that have stories, cards, things like that. We're going to put these up on the bulletin board and we're going to make them real. Dana's going to be on with us on Thursday, sharing her story. But she sent me, this is a picture of her and her son, okay? It's cut out in the shape of a heart. I'm going to tell you more about this on Thursday. So you want to make sure you're here for that or catch the recording. And she also sent a handwritten note to go along with it. This is real. This stuff is real. And when this problem that we're going through is over, these problems here that affects real people will still be here. Drowning will still be here. People not knowing how to swim will still be here. All these things will still be here. They're not going away. The one thing I'm almost certain of is the numbers will change. I'm afraid that the numbers will change for the worse because of what we're going through now. So when we talk about the fallout, maybe in our business world, in our financial world, in our financial lives, in our personal life, what's the fallout to our industry? What's the fallout? What's the fallout that's going to go out to, the people that we need to help? And we need to think, is there other ways that we can help them? Maybe if we are not able to help them with their swimming water safety needs, what else can we do? Maybe it's an opportunity for those facilities that might be hard pressed to maybe bring people back. That's where we step in and maybe we offer assistance to those YMCAs, those facilities and those places that are going to probably struggle with some of these unanswered questions and problems that they're going to be faced with when we get the call to go back to work. I mean, we're living through an unprecedented time where we've never seen anything of the likes of this ever before. And, probably since World War II, when they had the rubber drives and they had the food drive, and they had the stamps. Remember, those of us are old enough. I know we have some because, my wife's family, they collected everything, and they had the little books, the rationing cards, where, you got a rationing card to go to the store and get the things and the items you needed. Okay. We came together as a country then, and we solved the problem. We had to tighten our belts. This is another time. I think maybe we might be having to relive our past somewhat, but when we come out of this, can we come out better? And I think we as a community, water safety advocates, if we can't do what we normally do, we need to think outside the box and do something different to help, number one, our community, but then help those that might need what it is that we have to offer. And my wife just brought me, yeah, we were just talking about this, right? Yeah, look at this. War Ration book number 3. I mean, this is real. This is just like this picture is real. This is real stuff. This goes back, and this is, look, there's stamps in it. There's stamps in this book. It's a war ration book. Let's see. Here's another one. This is a war. This is. Let's see. This is for each one of these are for an individual person. Okay. Age 25, female, 120 pounds, 5 feet, 5.5. She's a housewife. And this is my wife's grandmother. Here's another one. This is a 57-year-old male, 128 pounds. Gosh, I'm 59. I'll be 59 this week. And I'm far cry from 128 pounds. But again, another one. And here's another one. So we lived through these things at that point in time. And, this is real stuff. Just as the bulletin board we want to put up, we want to make it real. But it's time to maybe think of how we can help our community, how we can come together as a water safety group and water safety advocates to make a difference in today's world. And it's just something to think about. It's just something to, how can we keep moving our mission forward? So then when we are able to open our doors, we may, we're going to see, there's going to be organizations, they're going to see their revenue down because people will not have the money to donate. They will not donate. They will not donate to charitable causes. They will not do these things because we're living in uncertain time. A lot of people, most of my children, for example, they may have heard about these, but they don't know about them. Those of us that are old enough, we're old enough, we remember, we didn't live then, but we heard the stories. And it's time to maybe tell those stories again, so share those stories about those times and remind people that, this is, even though we're going through this, we've never been through this before, this is still a war, except against the German army and the Japanese and all this stuff. This is a war. It's a kind of a biological warfare, if you will. It's a war against a germ. It's a war against, an illness. And ever how it came to be, I don't know. But we as a community can, I think, come together and do something really, really good with that. So appreciate your guys' feedback. That's about all I've got for you now. But tomorrow, like I said, we have Mark Karen and Dave Cutler with the wave system. And then Thursday we have Dana Foland with Swim for CJ. Next week we are setting up, we'll be probably talking with Kenny Rowland. We were talking with him. We'll get him set up. Also, Bobby Hazen will be coming on. And we have Jamie Getch with Centag. Mark, I would love to have you on here too. And so would love to, have you on and talk to us about what all you guys are doing there in Pennsylvania and with what you're doing with the SQUIM. And I know we've had, Kevin on our podcast. And so would just love to have some coffee with you and chat and share also. So, hey, with that being said, guys, each one of you are awesome. Send us any feedback. If you got any questions, anything at all, send it to us. If there's a particular topic that you think is important that we should talk over a cup of coffee, let's do that too. And if so, we'll bring you on and we'll let you share that also. So real simple to do. So just give me a heads up on that. Other than that, we will see you guys next week and have a great day. We'll see y'all later, guys.